Hello, Treb.
Hello, and how are you doing this evening?
I'm doing very well. How are you?
I am doing very well, and thank you. And Rochelle, how are you doing this evening? Yes. I know that you have many questions that you wish to ask, so whenever you are ready to begin, you may.
All right. Thank you, Treb.
Yes.
Um, I think my first question would be if you could tell me a little bit about yourself, where you're from, your age, a little bit about your background, your profession, so.
Yes, within the age of which I exist, it would be approximately 370 of your years. I am from an area which you see to be Capella. Capella is looking to appear as one star from your world, and if you are looking into the sky and moving closer, you will see that it appears to become two stars, one that is very bright and white-yellow, one that is very small and red. But as you begin to get closer, you will see that even these two expand into two more. So it is two pairs of stars, one being much larger and white and yellow, very bright, much as your star, but approximately 8 to 12 times larger. And then the red dwarfs are very small. Within these two small red dwarfs, there is approximately one that is slightly bigger than the other. And within the larger of the two, this is the area and the star in which I reside. And if you are looking into the planetary system, there is approximately 9 planets within the density that I reside. And within these 9 planets, the third from the star outward, this is my specific planet in which I inhabit. Um, when you say to speak of what it is to be me, are you speaking of all aspects? The profession idea that you have expressed is one that is equivalent to what you would say perhaps a spiritual advisor. I am also connecting out to entities to connect with them with idealisms that help inhibit growth and also attraction to one's own self, to be able to see your own throughout the entire galaxy, the oneness within you and the oneness that you cause when you create, connecting outward to other entities. Which other areas would you wish to express?
Mm, I think that was good. That was good right there.
Yes,
So, yeah, get a little background on yourself. So kind of give me an idea of what you do. Do you have family?
yes. There is what you would call a family structure within my planet. In this specifically, there is a female counterpart, and we are not of a sexual nature. We are only that of a non-sexual, but we are still able to manifest children. Perhaps how
Hmm.
you would see to be genetically engineering these. And by doing this, I have had 3 children, and there is one that is growing into the physical form as we speak.
Oh wow, how exciting.
Yes,
Okay. Hmm. If I may switch to another question.
yes.
Hello. Okay. Oh, by the way, Treb, if you don't, I'll just add. If there's anything you'd like to comment on or whatever throughout the session, you may do so whenever you wish.
Yes, thank you.
All right. My second question would be to kind of go into a little bit of history here on Earth, if that's okay. If you're
Yes.
allowed to, I mean, because I know there's certain things for whatever reason, you can't say to an extent or to a degree. You're only allowed to speak on certain things. But I was gonna ask, like the first civilization to come to Earth.
Yes, the
What were they
idea.
like?
For the inhabitants of the earth or ones who have visited your race.
Um, Visited.
The ones that you see to be the Anunnaki are the very first who connected to a primitive human and connected to them genetically. There are several genes that are within humans, but these entities are the first to directly connect to humans, to transform them genetically into a more adaptable entity, one who is jumping from a second degree nature to a third density nature within a very small time period. This is not done within evolution so frequently as you would see. It is more of the
Hmm.
idea of a natural evolution. So this is why humans tend to be in such a wide variety of energetic fashion, because the evolution that it would take to make a second density being into a third was interfered with, if you will, and in this, the growth of them entities is very different.
I see. I see. Okay. And actual inhabitants, like the first one to actually inhabit the Earth.
Yes, it is a very similar to your human race. This was approximately, if you look at your Earth's history and you are seeing the planet to be approximately 4.7 to 4.9 billions of years, then approximately 2.3 billion years ago, in this portion of your history, before any life was thought to be, or very primitive life, there is a race that existed here. It is much like humans. They begin to advance with technology very quickly, much more quickly than yours, much more quickly than even the Atlanteans, and they are being able to build magnificent technology. But within this area, it was only a small portion of Earth in which they appeared and existed. And the life that you would call, I'm not sure of the name of this life, I believe it is stalagmites. It is an entity who inhibits the growth of oxygen, and this is what helped oxygenate your planet. Once this began to happen, the oxygen in the atmosphere made this more and more difficult for these entities to adapt and survive, so they had left your planet. They are now outside of a physical existence, but have a very strong portion of energy that resides still within this area of consciousness in a non-physical way, what you would say perhaps a or a solar system style of collective consciousness that they are added to, and they are very much sending love and energy to the human race as you speak.
Oh wow! Okay, how exciting! That's very exciting.
Yes.
Wow. All right. I think my next question would be: um, is there a way where we can contact other humans, kind of the way that you and Rob do, but like kind of like if we wanted to connect to other human entities here on Earth? Is that possible?
Yes, in fact, this aspect of what you would say to be psychicisms or telepathic communications with entities of a non-physical nature is actually the most easy to do within a human consciousness, because the human believes in a collective manner that the soul is eternal. When you are looking at every culture in every part of the world and every religion or every metaphysical idea, they are always having the idea of a eternal soul, or a forever existence would be more appropriate. So within this, there is belief that humans once gone are still able to be connected to. So within this belief, the work upon the idea of growing into your psychic nature is the greatest and easiest aspect too, such as the idea of the host when he is connecting very quickly in his age. At a very young age, he had had experiences connecting to human entities, but as he grew more disconnected and was taught not to believe this, and he grew back into a believing, the very first entities that he connected to were that of a human nature.
Oh wow. Okay. Interesting. Okay. I think my next question would be: are you able to see like if there are if my spirit guides are here, like are around me?
If you wish for me to connect your energy, if a permission is given, I will connect your energy and see what entities are in your existence on a regular basis, or ones who have touched you very strongly within your existence. Perhaps this will be of greater assistance to me.
All right, you may do so.
Yes, if you are able to close your eyes and to project with a thought of intent of first pushing the energy out into your area outside of the physical body, and then within the room that you are within, and then within the dwelling, and then within the area, as far out as you are able to push this, to close your eyes and concentrate on this, and in one moment I will connect.
All right.
Yes. Um, what you would say to be a spirit guides, there are a couple of them, but there is one energy that is most prevalent within your consciousness, and this is a female energy, one entity who is connected directly to your overall family in her physical existence. In this female entity has a death area of 9 to 10 year area before previous from this time. So she had died within a 9 to 10 year area from this point backwards. And this entity is very strongly connected to your overall family and carries very much love and connection to all of you, but gravitates more directly to you than any other entity within your overall family. And this entity is very strongly connected in the idealisms and the behaviorisms that you tend to attribute, or your attributes tend to show, is the better idea of saying this. There is also two entities who are connected to you, who are non-physical humans. Both of these entities have not existed in the physical realm for your entire life and have been a switch guide with you. So you are switching back and forth as you will be their guide in the next life for their physical incarnation. And these entities both are very highly connected to you. One of them is a very Native American energy, one who lived in the western portion of the North American continent, now perhaps close to the area that borders America and Canada, or the United States and Canada, on the very, very far western regions. This entity's physical existence was similar to one of yours, as when you are in incarnation with him. The third entity that I am about to speak of was the one who stayed into a non-physical to guide both of you at this time. This is one of the more common energies with you. And the other entity is one who has not existed in a physical for even longer than this, dating back approximately to the 1600 area, and comes from Southern Europe area. This was his last incarnation. And both of these entities are very highly connected to you. And as I have said, you will take turns. One of you are in physical, while two are in non. Then two of you are in physical. You are taking turns at different random points, as they are both within the soul group of yours.
Is that for that?
Is this what?
Is that it for that, or is there more you'd like to share?
This is all of your spirit guide issues.
Okay. Is there any messages that they'd like to bring forward, or are you able to connect to their energy, or is?
I am able to connect, but not within a verbalistic idea. There is only a sign showing. I am not sure of the symbolism. It could have many meanings. There is a bird that is under a dark cloud, and then the sun is shining through, and this bird begins to come brighter.
Oh, okay. All right. Thank you very much, Treb.
Yes.
Appreciate it. Okay. My next question would be, I've been really interested in like the idea of teleportation through thought, and I understand about the whole collective. You know that we're not really going into that aspect yet, but I'm pretty sure soon we'll be able to get there. But and in terms of like just like in a personal, like like in your own time, in the person's own time, is there a way where we could say I wanted to go from my room to the kitchen without really wanting to walk there? Is there a way where that would be able to happen? Is it probable?
There are many ways to manifest this at this time, but the idea of breaking down the physical body into smaller portions or to transport it immediately would not be as easily done because of the collective consciousness. But within the aspect of being able to experience this, yes, there are many ways to manifest this. Some are able to be done within a collective manner, such as sitting with many friends and connecting to ideas of this. Some aspects of manifesting this will be that of a forgetfulness of walking from here to there. So you'll be able to experience being in one room and appearing in the next, even though you have walked through this whole area. Even though the work was done, you will not be able to perceive this. There will also be abilities to have consciousness leave the body, so that you are again still walking but not remembering, but in a different way. Perhaps switching exchanges of energy with other entities, so that it appears perhaps that you are a bit crazy, as how this would come across within your own mind. But
Yeah.
these are very negative attributes of the way that you would experience them, so these will be
Right.
less likely manifested. But yes, there are many ways to do this, but in a physical way of breaking the laws of the collective consciousness and breaking the laws that the universe has set in place, with the amount
Uh-huh.
of consciousness that you have, it is very small probability of you being able to do this uh, within this lifetime, or at least within the next 30 to 40 years.
Oh, okay. All right. I see. Thank you very much, Treb.
Yes, you're very welcome very much.
Okay. Um, the next idea I'd like to talk about is there's a in the Catholic Church there's a symbol of Michael the Archangel with I don't know who it is. It's like a I guess you can like a reptilian looking black figure, and he has him with the sword on the ground. Can you tell me what that represents and the history behind that idea?
For the history itself, it is not sure of the intent of the entities who made this. I am not able to connect to their intent unless they are allowing me to connect. But the
Okay.
symbolism of the energetic mindset of this church at this time is a reptilian entity that is seen to be the devil. This is what is most highly associated with this entity, and they are using symbolism in this way. The Archangel Michael in itself is a very high figure within the Catholic collective and can represent one of two polarities. It may represent a divine being, one who is very highly trusted by God, one who is carrying energy for the good of God, but also within certain circles of this church, the Archangel Michael is supposed to be one of the greatest connectors to Lucifer, one of the what you would say to be betrayers of God and Christ. So this entity is represented in many ways through various sectors and sections of the church collective.
Okay, I see. Thank you very much.
Yes, you're very welcome.
Okay. My next topic would be Antarctica. Is there anything you can tell me of the history of that place? What it used to be, or what it was, who used to live there, and if it was to say melt, what would we find?
Within Antarctica, it was always a portion of a greater landmass. In the earlier portions of your Earth, the idea of the tectonic plates is very correct. It is very well understood by the human scientists. In this, if you look at the very, very far back history, such as the area of the first inhabitants of the Earth, this Antarctica was not a mass yet. It is still magna that has not been forced to the top. But as you see it being built and moving several hundreds of millions of years, this was not ever truly inhabited by many entities. There are small sections of rogue entities who had lived in this area. In fact, there is a larger group area that once Antarctica is more accessible, perhaps you would say. They will bind portions of entities who are living there to a several thousand entities who are living in portions of this, but it was not nearly as concentrated as other areas within the human collective or within the human past.
I see. Okay, thank you.
Yes.
Okay. The next thing I'd like to bring up, are you able to tell me like any of my past lives?
If you wish to me, if you wish to hear from me, I am able to connect strongly to three of the previous existences that you have. One of them is not very large in the detailed information, only the energetic portion. The other two are more informationful. Whichever of these three that you wish to experience, or if you wish to experience all three, I would be able to share these.
All right, thank you. You can do all three.
Yes, the very last entity that you experience is one that dies in the time that you would consider to be World War II area. You are what you would say to be a English descent or an Englishman, and you are within an Air Force region that is fighting very strongly against these entities. You are dying within a battle, but you are very happy and free. You have a very high sense of duty, a very strong sense of courage, a very warrior spirit within you. And in this, you are dying very young. And as you die, it is not a issue within your own energy, as you are very balanced of who you are. Even though there is violence and violent tendencies, you are still very well balanced to the entity that you were. So it takes very little time to reincarnate comparatively. This was one of the most profound lives to you, and this is why deep down you have an understanding of peace, you have an understanding of love and connection, but you still feel that the things that are worth fighting for should be given your all, that all of you should partake in the fighting of that is unjust. And this is where you feel this sense of connection or duty from. Within the life before this, there is an entity that you are connected to that we spoke of in the previous, that is out at the western portion of the United States and Canada region, right there at this border. This was a Native American style. This was back in the early 1800 regions. You are very disconnected in the way that you are fighting with many other entities that are surrounding you, but you are far west enough that many entities do not come in. You are usually going out to expand the land. And within this existence, the beginning of the occupation of this area is beginning to become more strong by the entities who are what most called the white man at this time. So this is a very difficult and strenuous life that leads to starvation and poverty, much disconnection with families and friends, losing them at every corner. And there is an energy that is connected to this existence as well. There is the sense of fear of not being able to survive in the way that you wish to. There is also a disconnection of the idea of losing ones who you love very greatly, the fear that is very sharp at the point of risk of this. All of this is connected directly to this existence, and there is one that is before this that is very difficult to read the specific area, but it is that is perhaps South Eastern Asia, and this is in a 1400 region. And in this life, it is a life of obscurity. There is not much that is being done with this life. It is a simple existence. There is movement from one area to the next, a traveling sort. And through this moving, you are meeting new people. You are getting into new excitements. And this is where the want to be an explorer of sorts, whether it be of knowledge or physically going out to meet other entities and to explore, this is where this want is pulling from. It's from this existence.
Oh, wow. Okay, thank you very much. That's really exciting.
Yes, you are very welcome. There is approximately 5 minutes within this time period that is left. So if there is any more important ideas that you wish to come to, now would be a great time to do this.
Okay. Are you able to tell me what my purpose here is in this life, if my oversoul can, and if my oversoul has any messages for me?
What your idea is for this existence? Is this what you say?
Yes.
Yes. One moment as I try to connect for a direct message. There is a very specific message that is given, but the oversouls do not work in ways of very strong, direct mannerisms. It is more of a general and generic idea, as most oversouls tend to give. This idea is that when things that excite you are not acted upon, you are losing avenues to have a happy existence. So when something is exciting you very greatly, do not cling to the third density style of thinking with these things. When an excitement comes, do not say, I cannot join this because I am worried of money. I cannot do this because I am worried of what others think. It is more of a direct connection to jump into this excitement as quickly as possible, because it is expressed that you have missed many pathways to a very great and exciting existence. And this is what is a signal to you to do. The excitement is a direct signal from the Oversoul that shows you a very great path to take. So if you are missing on these, you must understand that every time that you have not acted upon this, you have lost yet another chance to have a specific pathway to a great existence. But with this being said, do not worry of this, because there will be literally millions of more chances from this point forward. So do not focus or lock into this past idea. Do not worry of the chances that you have missed, because the chances that are behind you will be only a fraction of what is in front of you.
Thank you very much for that, Treb. Thank you.
Yes, you are very welcome.
Okay, how many minutes are there remaining?
Approximately 3.5.
Okay, my next question would be, have I met you in my dream state?
Yes, there has been many times that you have wished to connect to me, and there is a small portion of consciousness that is set out to all entities who wish to connect to me. There is a specific incident that you are thinking of. This was a co-creation of both of us, but there has been many other times that your longing to connect to me has caused me to bring directly to you, and there is 3 times in a specific manner when a portion of my consciousness has went to you when you are in an awake state. When you are in a very awake state, it is within the last 1.5 week, as your excitement to connect to me builds up within you. I am able to experience you, and during this time, as my consciousness steps forward, one of these 3 times, you are able to perceive that your reality is slightly changed.
I see. Was that when I kind of noticed that my surrounding was a lot more beautiful in terms of perception? Everything just looked so beautiful.
I am not sure of this physical effect on you, as I am not able to experience the physical aspect of you. I am only seeing your energetic proportion. Notice your perceptionary energies are changing very highly, and this is what makes me understand this.
Okay. And as you read my energy now, what do you see?
In what aspect do you mean? There is thousands of things that I am able to experience by looking at the energy.
Like my mood. How would you say, like, I guess, yeah, my mood.
At this time and now, it is of a great excitement.
Oh, really? Is it? Oh, yeah, it is. I don't know why I asked that. I'm sorry.
Yes, it is of excitement for moving forward on the aspects of yourself. There is many energies that you have brought before this session that were not fitting to this, but you are not experiencing the now moment in the exact now. It is more of the idea of reaching backward into a 20, 30, 40-minute period, but this is not truly your now. Literally, the now that you are within is changing at every second.
Right. As we're like shifting every moment, right?
From yes.
Every moment to moment. Okay. I see. Is there anything you'd like to say or ask, or is there anything you'd like to know about me or myself?
The greatest excitement that you have when you are thinking to act upon this great excitement, what is the logic within your mind? What is the mindset that makes you not connect to these excitements?
A lot of, I would say, just a lot of just self-doubting, I guess, like I can't do it, or I need specific things in order to do it the way that I want it done. You know what I mean? Do you know what I like? Does that make sense?
Yes, it makes very great sense, as I feel that many human entities feel in this exact same way. If you wish to, I wish to respond to this idea.
Oh, of course, by all means.
If you are looking at ideas and seeing that it is not being done within the exact way that you wish it to be, you are seeing that you are not accessible to things that can make this experiment or experience more great, then what you have done is, with your belief systems, you have set up walls around every aspect of being able to manifest this more clearly. So when you are going into something with your excitement, do not focus in on how it is supposed to be done specifically. Only understand that if this experience is exciting. I will put myself into it with no expectations, and this will open up the area of field of play, if you will, for you to be able to experience more area to play with this idea. For instance, if you are very excited of a musical idea and you wish to experience music, you have a very great understanding of what music you wish to do. But if you drop the expectations of what the song is supposed to sound like or what it is meant to be, and you go into it with a free heart, one that is of high excitement, doing what you feel is natural, with no idea of what it will be like once it is done, then you will experience a much greater depth to this music. Then you will experience a much greater connection to this once it is done. So if you are not focused on what it should be, what it is, how it should be done, only focusing upon acting on this in every moment, focusing upon the aspects of your own consciousness being lifted into the specific vibration of what is making you excited, by letting all aspects of this excite you, not only the music being done, but the physical portion of making the music, the planning to get all entities around to connect you at the time so that the various instruments may be played, understanding a specific location and going there and being a portion. All of these steps must have great excitement for this to manifest into the greatest thing. So it is not only the end result that you are excited of, but every step that must be taken from the time that you first feel excited of it to all steps between.
Okay, I see. Thank you very much, Treb.
Yes, you are very welcome. The time for this evening has run out, so I wish to express to you that it has been a great excitement of mine to connect you. I am very interested in all entities and how they express themselves to me as a double expression back to them, and it is a very great day to have met you and a very exciting time as well.
Thank you, Treb. Likewise to you. Much love to you and your world.
Thank you, my friend, and I will experience you soon as I leave you this evening in love and light, and we will connect and experience each other very soon.
All right. Thank you very much.
Yes, you are very welcome. Good night.
Good night.